Sub Bring the Heat League. Brian here with another edition of Brian's Corner. I'm going to talk briefly about Milwaukee. We made a splash into free agency and doubled our payroll, which is 2 signings. We signed pitcher Joseph Zick to a huge contract. Signed him to a 3-year deal for a 40-year-old. Some would say that's a lot of money, $60 million. But the thing is, I figure I will get at least 1 good year out of him. Might get lucky and his ratings may not just drop, so I might get 2 good years out of him. And at worst, he's going to retire soon. He's going to go back into retirement soon. So, to me, it was a fairly easy deal. It gives me a pretty solid 5-man rotation. I'll pencil Zick in as my number 1. I'll pencil my rookie Joel Pearson as my number 2. I'm really hoping that guy will be in Rookie of the Year runnings. He's that good. Number 3 is a bit of a mystery right now for me. Probably going to have to go with the guy that performed last year and go with Henderson. Although Rondon is also deserving to be a number 3. Whichever of those isn't 3 should be 4. And then my other rookie, Williams, probably be my number 5. So the starting rotation looks a lot better this year than it has in years past. The bullpen is a little bit of a mess right now. I am trying to address that. We have rookie Peralta. He's going to get a shot to see if he's a decent bullpen arm or not. Who else? Olmstead. If it wasn't for this guy's movement, he would actually be a really solid pitcher. His starter abilities. Right now I have Goforth penciled in. I'm not set on him. The only pitcher that I'm definitely set on right now is Nishik. He was 3.72 ERA last year. Got Donovan Hand in the bullpen. If the stuff was a little bit better, he'd be a dominating closer. It's not, unfortunately, so he's just adequate. Oxford right now is my closer. I'm not sure on him. I'm not sure if he'll remain my closer. I mean, he's been a hell of a closer so far this in the BTH. In the minors, let's see, I think I had like one really good pitcher that just isn't quite ready yet. Adrian Rosario, another good-looking young starting pitcher. But he's going to have to develop a lot this year. He's borderline able to be a bullpen arm, but I'm going to send him to winter ball, spend a few points on his control, see if I can't get lucky and get his control up. He's a wild card. We'll have to see what I have to do with him. Other than that, I've pretty much picked everything out of my minor leagues for now. That's near ready or ready. My lineup, as you know, got a huge boost. I signed Brian McCann, and I actually did not sign him to be my catcher. I signed him to be my first baseman because I have Jonathan LaCroix at catcher. who I think is a top 10 catcher. 275, 23 home runs, 88 RBIs, on base at 342. He's got an 8 arm. He's just produced every year for me so far. Second base will continue to be Segura. Probably going to have to rely on him to hit leadoff this year. Third base right now, I have penciled in Kobe Clemens, 250 last year, 322 on base. He takes a lot of walks. Just going to have to work on his average a little. Jordy Mercer was as good as anything they had as far as shortstops went in free agency. He's going to have to go. He has to be the guy. He's got 8 range, 9 outfield arm, or 9 arm. I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of him, but he does look like he'll draw some walks. So that's the theme this year, is going to be trying to find guys that just get on base. Left field, James Bird, a rookie. He's going to get the nod. He's only 21. He's not fully developed yet, but I'm hoping he'll develop as the season goes on. Center field, of course, will be Gomes. Still not a huge fan of this guy, but he produced last year. 29 home runs, 101 RBIs, probably my offensive MVP. 272 average, 344 on base percentage. He'll do for now, I guess. Right field is still up in the air. I was going to go with Caleb Gendel, but he had one of those season-ending, off-season injuries. So now the game's probably going to tear the guy apart. I have Cole Gardner, who can play every position. You know, he might be my outfielder, or I may have to go with a guy like Jerry Sands, who can play right field. Sands can hit some home runs. He's got a good eye. However, his contact leaves a lot to be desired. Thinking about sending him to the winter ball clinic to work on his eye versus his contact versus right-handers. Suppose I should see what they have in free agency. What I like about him is he'll take a walk. 378 plate appearances last year. He had a 221 average, but a 310 on base percentage. So he just flat out draws walks. So I'm going to have to rely a lot on guys taking walks and just getting on base, playing a lot of small ball this year, and rely on the pitching staff doing well. So I still have a few offers on the table for some guys. I'm going to have to see what happens with those. I just think if I could sign the guys that I have, it'll definitely solidify my team. I won't say where because that might give it away. Things could actually look up in Milwaukee this year, considering the division that we play in. You have to field a good team if you're going to do anything. And Houston's spending some cash. They opened up their change purse too, so they're looking to improve. With the moves that are going on, it could be one of those years where the Central has 5-6 teams over 500, which would be pretty incredible. And right now, it is probably the toughest division. So we'll see how free agency finishes up. See how my team shapes up. Probably going to do a draft review at some point here. I like to do those every so often. And there are some pretty decent guys out there available. So best of luck to everybody.